Okay, so now let's go through this instructions document. Not sorry, I'm not going to go through the instructions document. I want to actually clarify a few things before we proceed. Okay, so I know there's a lot of confusion, there are a lot of changes, there were a lot of difference in terms of your understanding versus what we understood. So everything is uh, it has been noticed. Okay, so it has been noticed. It has been uh, taken into consideration, and it has been uh, it has been looked into. Okay, so what I want to do is, okay, I'm going to just go to the retake. Okay, I want to first talk about a few things. Sorry, just give me 1 minute, guys. Oh, suddenly it's ready. Okay, so let me go through the slides that I have. Okay, so there are a few pictures that we got. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, so now I know it says here stop. Okay, I know it says here stop. You can see all this, and the text here says stop, do not work on this task. So if you go and submit these records, okay, if you go and submit these records, and then you say that, oh, the task is not clear. How is this not clear? It tells you stop. It tells you here it says stop. I mean, yes, it says here stop, but the text reads to you that stop, do not work on this task. So if workers are going and submitting this as a record, okay, how do you think, what I don't see how we can give you a solution to this when when I've explained to you that that is the stop sign. Okay, so if it tells you stop, it means that is already your end of the task already. Okay, I'm gonna open the chat here. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, next example is, okay, this. So a lot of the workers were saying that they had this kind of issue where the text did not appear. Okay. So what you should do is you should discard and exit the task. Okay. You should discard and exit the task and then log out, log in, try again. If the issue still persists, then you should tell us. Okay. This could just be a loading issue. Okay. So that is for number 2, the example. Okay. So these 2 things I want to first address to everyone here. Okay. Now, can we then now proceed to the next part of the training, which is going through all the things that we should have covered, and also explain to you what are the common mistakes that we found that could be better. Okay, can we proceed? Hello guys, are you all there? Can you all hear me or not? Yeah.
We can proceed.
Yeah, we can. Huh? So Raghunath, you are handling your team, right? Okay. All right.
Sure. I'm handling it.
Nira, you're also here. Okay. Who else is here? And others. AGWS. So you guys, I think, yeah, most of you are here. Okay. All right. Now, okay. So to make things easier for you to understand, let me explain to you what we have changed. Okay, let me talk to you how we have changed. Huh? Okay, so there are a few things that we have changed. Okay, now you're only required to highlight. Okay, if a sentence is actually talking bad about a certain entity, about a certain issue, and you don't think, and in that main category it does not fall under that particular category, so which means it doesn't fall under that that main category. Okay, so let me show you a picture as example. Okay, so you will have this also. So for example here, okay, you have this screenshot where it talks about listing building issue. Okay, that is the primary category, and the sentence talk about we wanted to watch something on TV, but we could not find any manual or instructions. Other than that, everything else was fine. Okay, so the main category that was given to you is listing building issue, correct? So let's go to the instructions document. Okay, so let's go to listing building issue. So under listing building issue, we have accessibility issue, we have plumbing issues, we have electrical issues, we have heating, cooling issues, we have room issues, we have style, we have phone reception, we have location, we have vague and unknown issues related to listing and building, and we have other issues that are related to listing and building. Now, this other issue here is not just any other issue. It's not just any simple issue. As long as it's a negative issue, don't think it is already a negative issue and you highlight it and just put it under other. It has to be related to the listing build or listing slash building. Okay, so in that context, look at this. Okay, it is talking about they couldn't find the manual. So if you know the instructions, the could not find any manual or instructions should be under amenity missing instructions, correct? Your brain tells you that, okay, this example, this phrase here should be labeled as amenity missing instructions, correct? So far, you're following me?
Yes.
Okay. So If the main category given to you is listing building issue, why would you go and highlight this as other issues under listing building, when you know for a fact it is talking about amenities missing instructions? Understand? So you have to understand, I know it's difficult. I don't blame you. When the client told me this, I argued back. But you have to understand it from this point of view. You are teaching a machine to recognize a problem related to a certain thing. Okay? If you're going to teach a machine, you have to tell it like step by step. Okay? You need to tell the machine exactly what you want it to read. Okay? So if the question only asks you about listing / building issues, and in the example you have you know that there's a problem, but the problem is actually related to missing amenity instructions, okay, don't go and label it as other under listing building issues, because the other for listing building issues, where is it? Room issues, location, water, heating, electrical phone. Yeah, this one. Don't go and label it as LBI other, because LBI other is other issues related to listing or building. Now, I know that I didn't give you examples. What are the other examples for this kind of situation? So in order to help with that, okay, I've added some examples actually that will help you. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at right now. Okay, we're going to look at some of the other examples, okay, under these subcategories, okay, for you to label them. And again, I want you to be very cautious, because some of these other examples may also fall into other subcategories. Okay, and we're going to spend some time with that. Okay, we're going to go through them so that we understand. And again, we will be adding more examples from time to time. Okay, but again, this is just a mere guidance. Okay, what I can do for you is I can only walk you through how the guidance is given. Okay, the specific highlights and the specific words, you have to apply the learning and do it yourself. If not, you won't pass it. Okay, because from what we have seen, okay, from what we have seen so far, a lot of you have been doing mistakes where you're highlighting the full sentences, you're highlighting the full stop. Okay, I'm not even talking about highlighting extra word, like for example, if let's say, right, the kitchen was dirty, if let's say you highlight kitchen was dirty, okay, I'm not even talking about that. Okay, I've not even gone through that. Okay, the problem happens when you highlight a space in between or add an extra space. So those are the things that you're getting uh, okay, all right. So now, so this is basically the other example that I wanted to speak to you about. Okay, so now let's go into talking about uh, other example. Okay, let's go into other example. Okay, so I want to look at I don't think I have examples of other for amenities. So look, I am thinking of examples that will go into other for this. Okay, so if I find, I will add them, but for now I have 4 examples for other, okay, that I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so So the first one for other is related to, as I've told you, listing building issue. Okay, other. Okay, so now here are two examples. The floor numbering was complicated. Okay, now it cannot go under immediate surrounding. Okay, it cannot go under check-in check-out issue, because this is talking about the room numberings, the floor numberings. Okay, so for example, let's say you check into a property, they, instead of having floor 1, 2, 3, 4, they have names for each floor. Okay, and you're confused which floor is what. Okay, and too many entrance points into the building, I feel it's unnecessary. So again, you're talking about the listing itself, about the building. Building means, you know, right? You're talking about the building itself. Okay, you're not talking about the amenities. You're not talking about. I mean, it could be about the amenities very well. Okay, where it could be talking about a certain amenity, but at the same time, that particular phrase could be highlighted as other for listing and building issues. Okay, for example, the water heater was quite slow. Okay, the water pressure was quite low. Okay, water pressure is not just room, you know, it's talking about the entire building, right? So water pressure quite low could very well be labeled as other for listing building issues. Okay, and also can it be related to plumbing issues? Toilet was clogged, limited usage, water pressure too low. Oh no, you can't say water pressure too low. So water pressure too low is in this. Okay, you can't label it as that. Let me rephrase that example. How should I say? Yeah, you, for example, okay, let's say lah. Okay, let me open a notepad. Okay, for example, this. So, you know, they're talking about the water heater. Okay, so they're talking about the water heater. Okay, they are talking about a water heater, and they're saying that it's confusing to operate it. Okay, it is a problem. There is a problem with the listing. Okay, so if you look at the instructions for listing building issue, the main category, negative comments, complaints referring to the listing and building issue. So anything that is related to the building issue or the listing issue can be highlighted as this. So let's say you're talking, there's the water heater is confusing to be operated, maybe, and it's taking time for you to operate. Okay, this can be an issue with the listing. Okay, and again, this first sentence, I'm not talking to, yeah, this first sentence here might as well be also related to amenities. Or you can't say not available, because it is available. Sorry, they didn't say it was available or not. They just say it's confusing. Okay, so this is an example of other. So anything that is related to a certain primary category, I mean, when you look at a complaint, you know that it goes into the primary category. Okay, That's the way you do the task, right? You look at the task, you figure out which primary category does it belong to, and then you look for the subcategory. Okay, if you know that a problem is under that primary category, you look for it where it can go into the subcategory. If it doesn't go into any of the subcategories, you place it as other. Okay, but it has to be belonging to that primary category first. Okay, I think what workers were asking me, which is quite valid, why are there so many others? Okay, but we are not sure if there's any others in the list in the review or not. Okay, and the answer is what I've just told you right now. Okay, only label other when that particular problem is related to that primary category only. Okay, so this is the first one, which is listing building issue. So examples of other for listing building issue. Now, next example would be, let's talk about immediate surroundings. Okay, immediate surroundings, anything that is happening around the immediate property, immediately around the property. So basically, these are all related to things that are happening. Yeah, Ashraf, hold on. Don't ask questions yet. Okay, just hold on. Okay, let me go through the other, and then I will talk to you what you're supposed to do. Okay, so the next one is, okay, immediate surroundings, where you're talking about things that are in the immediate surroundings, which means think of it as the building and the compound of that building. Okay, so that is basically for immediate surroundings. Okay, oh, sorry, I went to mute. Sorry. I accidentally pressed mute. Okay. So let's look at other for immediate surrounding. Um, Immediate surrounding. Okay. So immediate surrounding. So here you have examples. I have 3 examples here. Garbage collectors were useless and unprofessional. Immediate surrounding. Okay. Taxi drivers did not. Now this could this garbage collectors were useless and unprofessional could also go into where was this? Irresponsible personnel. Okay, it could also go into that. So that's what I'm saying. What the problem that we are having is that we are trying to be objective in this task, too objective in the task, where it's the nature of the task, it's subjective in its nature. So it's extremely difficult for us to actually uh, uh, be objective in this task when the nature of the task is it's subjective itself. Okay. So next example, taxi drivers did not follow the rule. Okay. And then security officers were useless. Officer was useless and unprofessional. So I know what you might think the moment I write here, security officer was useless and unprofessional. The word security here already tells in your brain that, oh, isn't security related to privacy, safety, and security concern? Why is it in this? Now, that's the thing. Under immediate surroundings, okay, the security officer also plays a role because the security officer is within the vicinity of the building. Okay, so this kind of examples can go into both other um, for immediate surrounding and can also go into other for privacy, safety, and security concerns. Okay, so for example, okay, we had a problem during our stay and we realized that the garbage collectors in the area were completely useless. Okay, so what would you highlight? The garbage collectors in the area were completely useless. So I think what another issue that what everyone is doing is that they are excluding the word the, and they're trying to keep it as short as possible when they're highlighting. So a word of advice, okay, what we have done, we have standardized. So because everybody is making, there's a lot of subjectivity on where do you start highlighting it. Like for example, I can't say you're wrong if you highlight this. Well, technically this is wrong because you included the space before the word garbage. So let's say you highlight like this. Okay. Let's say you highlight like this. I highlight like this. Okay. Well, this is wrong because I included the space before the, okay. Okay, like this. So technically the only difference is I highlighted the word the and you just highlighted the word garbage. Both are the same. Okay. Both are the same. But what, in order to standardize, what we have done is, if you have something like this, include the word the also. Include as much as you can, not the whole sentence, but a reasonably description of the concern. So, the garbage collectors in the area were completely useless. That would be the correct highlight. Okay, for this. Understand? So, and here we have the unit had garbage uncollected, it was smelly, and the housekeeping was useless. Now, this is talking about another issue, which is this is talking about the room's cleanliness itself and the hospitality issue. Housekeeping is hospitality. So don't label the housekeeping and the garbage inside the unit under other. This is other things that are happening in the immediate vicinity. Okay? So always remember, as much as you're only looking at the secondary labels, the primary labels should be the key deciding factor. Is this negative comment going under this primary category or not? And then only you narrow it down to the subcategories. And if you know that, okay, this problem is definitely about this category, but I can't seem to place it under any one of these subcategories, what do? You place it in other. Okay, so the next example that I want to talk to you about is related to what I've spoken here, which is security officers were useless and unprofessional. We are going to other examples of privacy, safety, and security. Now, this is basically, now I think this example you'll come across a lot. If let's say the guest living in the property experienced a burglary, okay? they got things of theirs got stolen. Okay, you know which category do you think it falls under? I know it's not in the instructions. Huh? Which category do you think it falls under? Privacy, safety, right? Okay. So with that thinking in your mind, using that logic, using that thinking in your mind, okay, tell me which issue under privacy, safety does it fall under? Lock, okay, it's okay. Now talk to me. You said one said lock issue. Come on, keep it coming. What else do you think? Okay, unexpected people, lock issue. Anyone else?
I would say violence.
Violence. Okay, all right. Okay, anyone else? Wow, Ashraf damn cakap, huh? Okay, so now Shafiq, you said crime, Shafiq, but there's no crime. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go to violence first. Janira, you said violence. So violence is basically absurd abuse, bullying, harassment, assault, and violence they witness towards anyone, trafficking and exploitation. So I don't think guest experiencing a burglary is part, it fits into this fits definition. Okay, so next issue is Tanya said lock issue. So I'm clicking on lock issue. Concerned about the lock in the listing either is missing, broken, or non-functional. So which means this is talking about the lock issue where it's either the lock is missing or it's not working. Okay, but your review is about they had their rooms broken into and things stolen. Okay, so the other issue that people that someone said was unexpected people. Okay, so this is basically concerned about unexpected, unannounced people who are present in the listing. Their problem is their room just got stolen. Okay, so which means the best answer that can go into this would be other. Wouldn't you say? So, and that also brings me to this. The security officer was, sorry, I think I better delete this. If not, you'll go and highlight the entire thing. Now, this is just a guidance. We are not telling you to highlight this whole thing, because a lot of you went and highlighted entire sentences for Qual 1. When Qual 1 only requires you to highlight phrases. I am not sure why you do this, but please refrain from doing this, guys. Okay, I'm saying this again and again. Okay. Now, security officers were useless and unprofessional. Okay. Let's talk about this sentence here. Okay. you know that it goes under privacy, safety, and security. But which one does it go into? Does it go into abuse? Does it go into contagious uh, disease? Does it go under dangerous items, animals? Does it go under surveillance? Does it go under lock, partition, or unexpected people? Literally, there's nothing that this can go under, the security guard example here. But you know that, okay, this is go definitely under safety, privacy, and security. Well, and also immediate surrounding. Okay, so yeah, you know that it's going under um, those two things. Okay, but under safety, security, and privacy, you don't know which subcategory is it supposed to be highlighted. So what do? You label it as other. You understand?
Yeah, sure. We understand.
So don't worry, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this task. Okay, I'm going to do like 10 tasks with you all. Okay, I'm going to sit with you. We're going to go through 10 tasks together. Okay, so technically, out of 177 records, I'm going to do 10 for you all. Okay, and if you still fail, I don't know if you are ready to do this task. Okay, so maybe I'll even do 20. All right, I might even do 20 tasks. Okay, but the rest is entirely yours to do it. So that's my way of helping you. I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm doing it just so that you have a better chance of understanding and doing the course. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so this is, and of course, what do you highlight? Okay, I think you should highlight so what do you highlight in this sentence? So I think the phrase that you should highlight for this example. Okay, well, you can't see it right now because I think I've highlighted and I've told Rina to add. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me just highlight this. This is something for Rina. Okay, so ignore, just ignore. So we were shocked to find that one of our rooms got broken into and the valuables were gone. So that is the highlight that you're going to do. Okay. See how I've not included the space before and I've not included the full stop. Okay. So this is the phrase, okay, that I would highlight. Of course, some of you might say, but shouldn't you only highlight shocked to find that one of our rooms were broken into? Shouldn't you only label that? No, as I've told you, we've changed it to uniform it where try to make it like a full phrase, not a sentence, a full phrase. Okay. Now, this is obviously not other. Okay. Now, another example that I have under that I should also warn you about is other for fraud. Okay. So this is an example for fraud that we went. So you booked a place to stay over the weekend and paid on the day, but on the day the property belonged to someone else who was living there. So this is an example of fraud. So I didn't even get the internet access I paid for. So let's say you paid for something and you didn't get it. Okay. Yes, it will go under where is it? Undisclosed fee. Okay. It can go into no, it can't go undisclosed fee. Okay. It should be under other for fees. Okay. Because it's talking about something that you paid for. Okay. Something extra that you paid for. So I didn't even get the internet access that I paid for, should be labeled under other for price value fees, and it also should be labeled under fraud because you got cheated, right? Fraud is cheated. So if you paid for something and you got cheated, it should be labeled under fraud also. Understand? Clear? So now going back to the example that uh, Ashraf brought up. Okay, I'm going to open this picture right here. Okay, so Ashraf asked the question where, so Sharvin, what do I do when I have this example, this task is talking about listing building issue, and the problem here states about manual instructions or find any manual or instructions. So in this case, okay, you will not label anything, okay, although there is a negative complaint, but the complaint does not matter to you because it is not the complaint that you are looking for. You will just submit the task as it is without any annotations for Qual 1. Understand? Ashraf, does this answer your question? Okay. Now, if the review is actually a positive review, I don't know if there is any positive review in your 117 records. I don't know if there is any positive review, to be honest. But if there is any positive review, okay, and they gave you here listing here saying listing building issue, but the review was actually a positive review, okay, read the sentence 3 to 4 times, double check if you think it is actually a positive review or if it's a suggestion to improve on something or an opinion that they would have about the unit that they had. Okay, if it's an opinion that they had, or if it's a suggestion, or if it is something that they could say that they wish that it's improved, then it is a negative review, so you should highlight it. However, if you feel that it's a positive review, just don't label anything, don't choose other, okay, and you just submit the task blank also. Okay, clear? I am absolutely clear.
Sharvin, can you give some example for the positive reviews?
Positive reviews. So positive reviews could be anything like our stay was enjoyable. We had no issues. The host was very helpful to us. I would definitely recommend this place. Something like that.
Yeah. So I have a question here. So if there
Yes.
is a negative review and they give us some suggestion for that one. For example, the plates are very dirty, but they given a new place to us.
Okay. So yes. Uh, uh, plates are dirty, but they have given a new place to us. Then you only talk about the cleanliness of the plates.
Yeah.
Okay, don't have to talk about they have given you a new room.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Got it, sir.
got
So
it, huh?
we need to add it only cleanliness about where they
Yes,
given negative. So we didn't consider the positive right here, right?
yes, correct. So Ashraf is asking me, what if the review is the room is small, which is fine. Okay, so let's look at it. So Ashraf, I'm just going to copy your this review. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it on notepad. Okay. The room was small, which is fine. Okay, so the rooms were small, which is fine. Okay, I would say, to be honest, uh, mm, how do I do this? Room was small, which is fine. Nah, I think I would still label it as the room was small. Yeah, I think I would still label the room was small. Ashraf, does that answer your question? Okay, because the way I read it, the room was small, which is fine. But I mean, I still see it as a comment lah, like a comment. Like they made it as a comment. Yeah. So I would still say the room was small, and I wouldn't highlight room was small like this because, as I've told you, try to make it into a proper phrase. Okay. I keep saying phrase, and guys, I'm not saying sentence. I hope you can make the highlights more proper. Okay. So okay. So any questions about other before I move on to talking to we move to talk about common mistakes that people are making? Can I proceed? Okay, all right. So let's talk about some of the feedback that uh, workers have been actually making mistakes. Huh? Okay, so let me see. Okay, so I can't show you everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to open. I don't think we need this. Okay, everybody knows the categories, right? Okay, everybody knows about. Yeah, small but nice room. This is a positive review. Okay. Okay. So everybody knows these labelings, right? There's no confusion about the labels, huh? Okay, because I want to show something. I want to show it here. Okay. So let me show you the review first, huh? Okay. So let me show you the review. Okay, quite far from the center. Okay, but they offered transfer. Oh my God, transfer at a low cost. Again, you will have problems with this kind of sentences. Okay, so workers have been making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of mistake. Okay, so what the workers what the workers did was, there were workers who didn't highlight anything. They just submitted the task. Okay, there were workers who highlighted the full sentence. Okay, there were workers who highlighted only this, like this. Okay, and there were workers who highlighted far from the center. Okay, and there were workers who highlighted the whole sentence, including the full stop. Now, let me ask you reasonably. Okay, let me ask you reasonably, what is the problem in this sentence? What do you think is the problem statement with this sentence? Location. Very good. That's a very good. So you went into the secondary. Yeah, you went to LBI location. Yeah, always give me that. Okay, don't just give me location. I need you to train your brain to give me both. Okay, so they are talking about LBI. So let's go to LBI. Where's LBI? LBI, and they are talking about location. Correct? Okay, they're talking about LBI. They're talking about location. Very good, amazing, good stuff. I'm good that we got this far. Okay. Which one makes more sense for you to highlight to teach a machine? Do you want to teach the machine far from the center or quite far from the center? Which makes which one do you think is more accurate? Which one adds more context? Very good. Quite far from the sentence talks to you is more impactful, right? If it's just far from the sentence, it's just a state. It is far, but adding the word quite far gives you that what do you call it? It gives you like a punch to the sentence, correct? Would you agree? Like if I tell you lah, my house is far from KL, okay? And if I tell you my office is my house is quite far from KL, which one gives you a better picture? Just the word far or quite far? Okay, quite far. Very good. So obviously you would highlight this as quite far, okay, and you will say LBI location. Okay, now let's go to the second example. Okay, so this is a second example. Okay, so spend some time looking at the picture. Okay, let's tell me the primary category first. Okay, the rooms vary with their amenities. Some have great kitchens and smart TVs, and others have really basic supplies and a 10-year-old TV. Okay, so the primary category is amenities. Okay, now let's dive deep into the um, amenities and see what can we. So before we dive into amenities, which one do you think is which part of the sentence indicates for you the problem? Which starting from which place itself? Okay, yeah, really basic kitchen supplies and 10-year-old TVs. Okay, so this is where the problem statement is. Okay, so AJBV, I want you to stop right there. Same like how we discussed the earlier example quite far. Which one gives you more context? Basic kitchen supplies or really basic kitchen supplies? Yeah, very good. AJBV? Yes. Good. Okay. So it gives you the context, right? So let's talk about subcategory. Let's go to amenities. Okay. Are they talking about missing? Not really, right? Is it insufficient? Because the sentence says really basic kitchen supplies. Okay, and a 10-year-old TV. Okay, they're talking about Okay, they're talking about really basic kitchen supplies. Okay, so definitely it's not quantity because they didn't say anything was not enough or anything. Okay, they didn't say anything about missing or like anything that was vague or whatever lah. Okay, but they're talking about the quality of the stuff that was given to them. Okay, they were given old stuff. Okay, and they were also given basic stuff. Okay, which didn't really didn't meet the quality of needs that they rented it for. So the best answer would be, okay, subcategory would be quality. Okay. Next one. So what the workers did wrong. Okay. The workers, same. Okay. According to what we have found, nothing was highlighted. The workers just submitted the task blank. Okay. I mean, I get it. If you read the sentence one time, this is not really a negative complaint, you know. If you look at it from like a very like you're not like, you don't think from the guest point of view, you just read the sentence. I can tell you that you will never think that this is a negative comment. Would you agree? Don't you agree with me? You wouldn't think that this is actually a negative comment. You would say, yeah, I mean, there's no complaint, there's just they're okay with the place. That's the problem, which we cannot have. So that's why I say suggestions, comments, or any improvements that is suggested, or any views that was given to you. Is it separate annotation for one for kitchen and one for TV supplies? No, you can just highlight it as together because it's one phrase. Oh, I accidentally highlighted half. So it should be just like this. Should be together. Because why would you want to highlight it separately when both are talking about the same thing? Both are talking about the same subcategory, which is insufficient quality. Unless this talks about the TV being broken, then you can separate them. Okay. So what are the problems? Workers didn't highlight anything. Workers highlighted the full sentence, and then they highlighted the full stop also, and they started highlighting from some have great, they highlighted like this. Okay. So these were all the problems that workers did. Okay. Understand? So I only have, I mean, I've gone through 3 and let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. I'm gonna delete this. Delete this. Let's go to the next one here. So we still have about 10 examples, huh? Yes, no worries, Darlina. I will send you a recording. Okay, once the recording is ready, watch it and then you do the task. Okay. So here you have a sentence. Okay. So let's talk about primary first. What do you think is the primary category for this? Very good. PSS. PSS 5. Okay. All right. So very good. So, and what do you think is the problem statement? Okay. Don't. I'm not asking about the subcategory yet. Let's stick to the main category first. Okay. Privacy, safety, security. What is the issue here? Okay. So the problem with the unit is there's a camera inside the apartment that has audio. Okay. So, okay. So the sentence, the phrase that you, okay, for obviously before you highlight, you already know the subcategory, which is SD, right? Yeah, you know this is the surveillance device. Okay, so now the problem is, I think this one workers have issues on what to highlight, because a lot of the workers highlighted only this. Okay, and some workers highlighted only this. Okay, so a lot of confusion has happened. So because of that, okay, I want you to highlight whichever has more context to you. Okay, whichever has got more context to you. So if I want to say a camera inside the apartment, not really understanding, because like what are they saying? A camera inside apartment, like what? It's not fully enough, right? So you need to highlight there's a camera inside the apartment that has audio. Yes, you are highlighting the entire sentence. Let me come to it. But sometimes you can. There's no rule saying you cannot. Okay? The only reason why I tell you to avoid it is because you need to try to fit in the context first. If you cannot, then you highlight the full sentence. Okay? And in this is a perfect example. If you only highlight a camera inside the apartment, like what do you mean? The machine might get confused. What are they telling? What are they telling what are they telling that it is happening? Okay. I mean, this is unnecessary. It's pointed at the door, but this is, I feel, invaded. This is all additional context, which is not the problem. The problem is this thing right here. There is a camera in the apartment that has audio. So a camera inside the apartment has audio is okay, but it doesn't give you enough context, which is why to streamline and make sure everybody gets it better, we have now made it as there's a camera inside the apartment that has audio. Okay. No, you don't include this. You only include the first sentence. Why do you want to include the second one? The second one just elaborates the problem. By highlighting the first sentence, you already understand the problem, right? Does it need further explanation? Yeah, second sentence is just the elaboration to it. So first sentence is more than enough. Okay? Understand? Okay, great. Now, let's close this. Okay. Let me exit this. We're going to do the task now. Hey, what happened? Why are there only 12 records? Have people been submitting records wrong? Oh my God, why is there only 14 tasks? You know what is happening? people are actually submitting the warning records, which is why other people are not being able to see the task. I don't know how many times to tell people. I mean, can you all please post in the channel? Like take a screenshot and tell them that don't go and submit the task. Submit it. Like it says stop. Why are people submitting that? I don't understand. Oh my, seriously, guys, Shafiq, can you just take a proper screenshot and tell them like it says stop. I don't understand why. Like what else can I write there so that people won't understand? Okay. Now let's look at this example here. Okay. All right. Actually, before that, I want to do something that is quite difficult for you all. No, I'll keep it later. Okay. Okay, so let's do it together here. Okay, now look at this sentence. The wash basin is clogged. Okay, I want you to tell me. Okay, um, the primary category first. Oh, sorry, that's a stupid question. Primary category is already given to you. Okay. Okay, so but before that, I want to talk to you about this. Okay, do you agree? This is correct. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's say okay. Listing issue, listing building issue, correct? Okay, so what would you highlight? That's the most important question. Actually, this is very easy. Very good. Okay, turn this off. Control F. Control C. Control V. Okay, now it doesn't work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why it does this. So you highlight the entire sentence. In this case, you exclude the full stop. Okay. All right. And then you label it as plumbing issue. Okay. Pretty easy. Okay. Very good. First example done. Okay. Now this one. I tried to speak with Airbnb. Okay. And they didn't care. Okay. For hospitality. Okay. What is the subcategory category? So PH, let's go to PH. Where's PH lah? PH. Poor communication, poor service, irresponsible Airbnb. So it's Airbnb, right? Okay, great. So the $1 billion question is, what do you highlight? Full sentence, very good. This is ridiculous. I want to turn this off, but I cannot. Okay. Airbnb, very good. Submit. Okay. Another example. Okay. Let's look at this. Only concern was when checking in, gentleman said he was leaving at 8 and I got there right before 8. So not sure how that would have worked if I got there later. Okay. So, and this is about check-in, check-out issue. Okay. Okay. So this is check-in, check-out issue. Okay. Only concern was the check-in gentleman. So check-in gentleman, it should be CI. Okay. Inaccurate address, listing, can't find listing, listing not ready. Okay, can't find access listing not ready. Checkout process other. So it's so two things. It could be listing not ready or checked in. Okay, so I don't think it's listing not ready because it is it's not, the listing is ready. It's just that the guy was checking in was like unclear. Okay, because like what happens if the customer got there before 8? Very good. It talks about checking in. So now the I think you got this, but the problem is, what are you highlighting is the problem. Okay, now so starting from where do you think you have context on what's happening? This is actually quite difficult. Okay, so starting from where you have enough context. Yeah, so so my only concern was when checking in. So okay, you are already going to highlight it as check-in. So I feel like the word checking in doesn't have to be included, because I feel it's a bit redundant, because you are going to be labeling it as checking in. Okay, so if I want to see enough context, I would actually say that gentleman said he was leaving at 8 and I got there right before 8, so not sure how that would have worked out if I got there later. That's what I feel to be the correct one. Because you're already checking in and you're going to label it as check-in. So I don't see why you need to include the word check-in. Okay. The problem statement is the guy who was checking in said he was leaving at 8. So you should start labeling with the guy itself. Okay, understand? Where is it lah? Okay, and remember, okay, before this CI can't access listing missing in instruction. Before this CI can't access listing. Oh, it wasn't there? Okay, all right. So it's been added already. Okay, all right. So this wasn't there, is it? Before this. Okay, all right. So probably a new addition, I would say. I don't know yet. I need to check with Rina, but glad that it's there. Okay. So, okay. So you understand? So we'll just submit. Okay.
Sharvin, I have a question there. When checking in, the main reason is checking in, right?
Sorry, what again?
So I'm saying the main reason is checking in, right? So without checking in, we can't say the sentence.
No, actually you can, because you are going to label it under check-in. So if it's like the problem was with the guy who was checking in. Okay, so you can actually skip the check. I do get your point. Okay, I wouldn't penalize you, but I just feel if I were to include the checking in also, when the workers are doing production, they would highlight everything, which is what we don't want. Even this, we are trying, we were a bit reasonable. So I can open for you the sentence back.
Sure. So because the main reason is when they are checking, they're getting some problem, right? That's why I'm saying that one.
Okay. So essentially, like if you were to say just this, would you understand the problem?
Yeah.
You would understand, right? If you were to include this, yes, you will still understand the issue, correct? Without this, would you still be able to tell the machine that this was related to check-in? If I just highlight this, you can, because the label is about check-in, correct?
Yeah.
The label that you're teaching the machine, it is check-in, right?
Got it. Got it. Sure.
So the label will tell the machine that this is check-in. You don't have to add this also.
Yeah,
I would argue back. I wouldn't, for qualification, don't annotate, but for production, if you feel it gives you enough context, you can label this. Okay.
got it. Yeah, got it.
Okay, but for qualification, you want to just keep it to what you see, giving you enough context. Don't have to add more.
Yeah.
So,
Got it, sir.
so this one bedroom condo. This is a one bedroom condo with the then false description as advertised. It's one in the second floor with no view, only drunk kids in and out. What do you think is this? I know it's listing information mismatch, but under information mismatch, what do you think is it? It's already given to you there. PDP text, very good. But what is PDP text? What is the thing that was the issue? False description as advertised, very good. Exclude the comma, okay? And see how when I highlight, it automatically included the space in front. This is why people are making mistake, because you didn't turn this off. So okay, and label it as PDP text. Okay, now I did not. Shouldn't you include then? No, why would I include the then? One bedroom with then is actually the listing that was listed. You know, den is like the veranda, or the what do you call it? It's like a, what do you call it? Den is like, what do you call it? The balcony. Yeah. Why are you going to include the den? Den is basically the description of the listing. You don't want to know that. You just want to know what is the problem with the advertisement, which is false description as advertised. Okay, you wouldn't highlight. I know this is also a complaint. Okay, but is it under information mismatch, or will it go under other things also? So let's say this is a production task. Okay, would you highlight this as something else? What would you highlight it? Yeah, it can also be, I mean, drunk kids in and out could be related to what do you call it? Unexpected people under privacy safety. Yeah, yes. People offsite also can. People offsite is, wait. No, unexpected people, you can't say that. Immediate surrounding, people offsite, yes. Because unexpected people is people who are in the listing. Okay? So it's in the listing. Oh, no. Sorry. It's one on the second floor. So it is in the listing. So it is unexpected people. It's not people off-site. It's unexpected people because it is the listing itself. It's inside the listing. Okay. So see how it's very tricky. You cannot get it right. Even I made a quick mistake, you see. So you really need to see which one it falls into. Okay. Moving to the next one. Okay. Okay. So basically, I've done. How many have I done? Tasks 4 or 5, right? So I'll keep count. How many I did? I think I did 4 or 5. I'm not sure. So I've done 4 or 5, and then I've gone through like 3. Okay. I've gone through like 3 other examples on the notepad. Yes, correct. Yes, you should only annotate the ones that are mentioned in the primary category. Okay. So let's go to this. Gym isn't open on weekends. Have to stream through TV on your own phone. What do you think this is? Okay. Gym isn't open on weekends. Have to stream through your own phone. Have to stream TV through your own phone. Okay. So, information mismatch category. What do you think is the mismatch information? What would you highlight? Tell me. Would I only highlighted the word gym? What would I highlight? Gym isn't open on the weekends. Okay. And then it should be what? PDP text or omitted information. Incorrect information, right? Okay. It's not PDP text because there's no indication that tells you that the host said that the gym will be open. Okay. Is there any information that the host mentioned that the gyms would be open? No, right? So gym isn't open on the weekend should be I am omitted or incorrect information. Okay. Have to stream TV through your own phone, not included? Nope, because this would go under something else. Okay, you don't know what caused this issue. Okay, if anything, this would go under if it's a production task. Okay, if you were to do this in production, this would go under amenity not functioning properly, I would say, or like vague or unknown issue, either one. I mean, personally, I feel this would be more appropriate because I'm not sure, like, have to stream TV through your phone. Yeah, because I'm not sure, is he talking about the internet? Yeah. Okay, so that's why. So it could be amenity missing. Okay. No, the TV is there, Shafiq. You're not reading it like how I'm reading it. Have to stream TV through your own phone. So which means the TV is there, okay? But you can stream the TV only by using your phone. Basically, you cast your phone to the TV. Okay? You cast your phone to the TV. That's what they say. Yeah. So exactly. So basically, it's quite vague. You don't know what's happening with the TV. So I would think vague or unknown issue about amenities would be the best if this was a production task. Understand? Okay, great. Submit. Okay. All right, so let's go through this one last one. No, I think uh, yes, can. Okay, so okay, let's go through this one. So there was no window in the bedroom, which made it slightly disorienting while waking up, since there was no source of natural light. So what do you think this would be? Okay, listing building issue. And what is it? It is obviously a room issue. What would you highlight? I would say that's the main issue though. There are no windows in the room. Okay, so again, um, there were no windows in the room. So okay, so my question is, okay, I understand uh, that 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 it's that you included there were no windows in the room, okay, but if you were to highlight no windows in the bedroom, do you think it's sufficient? Okay, does it give you enough enough context, I would say? Yeah, I added the space, so yeah, don't you see how easy is it to make mistake? So no windows in the bedroom, more than enough. Okay, all right. So before we end the call, I want to go through one example here. I mean, maybe two, since we are doing it until 7 p.m. Okay. Uh, at, okay. I want to look at this example here. Okay. Now, tell me what are the things you can see in this. No, I'm not highlighting. Huh? I'm just checking my answer is correct or not. Teach you something wrong. Kena whack only. Okay. So hold on. Everybody is confusing. So let's talk about cleanliness only, because there are a lot of things here. Okay. So in the area of cleanliness, okay, what are the things that you can tell me? Okay, under cleanliness, okay, what is the thing that you can tell? There are gopher holes in the backyard, bull stickers everywhere. The bench area on the property is riddled with garbage. Okay, so okay. Okay, so that, so I think we are again, hold on, everybody's rushing towards it. Okay, think of it like this. Okay, you know that something related to garbage has to be annotated. Okay, okay, you don't have to tell which part of the property the damage is, because we are concerned about if there was the garbage at all. So you can just say the property is riddled with garbage. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, and then the second one, there's another issue that you need to highlight. Okay, subcat number 2. Which one is it? Very good. There are ants in the kitchen. Okay. Gopher holes in the backyard. Is it cleanliness? Is it under cleanliness? Erica, we are talking about only cleanliness. Don't annotate things that are not talking about cleanliness. Remember. Okay? No worries, don't have to apologize. I'm bringing you back into the context. Okay? Yeah, what is Grover again? Huh? I mean, I don't know. Oh, it's a rodent. Whoa, it's uh, our, what do you call it? Our big, yeah, it should be vermin. Yes. No, but so no. It should be vermin, but the problem is, uh, it is on the backyard. It's not inside the listing. Yeah. It should be, it is, but it's on the backyard. So I would say, okay, this, if you get this in production, you can say this as listing building issue, I would say. If you get this task in production, you can say the Grover holes, you can actually label it in listing building issue. Under what? Let's go through. Wait, not under listing building issue, sorry, not listing building issue. It should be immediate surrounding. Okay, it can be unclean area, to be honest. Yeah, it could be unclean area. Okay, unclean area. Understand? How about the bull stickers? Is it a negative comment? Bull stickers everywhere. Nah, I don't have enough context though. I mean, it is I don't see it as a negative context. It's like bull stickers everywhere. It's like a very neutral. I mean, I can't say it as a negative or a positive. If they added anything, I would say, actually, you know what? Bull stickers, you could actually label them as style, listing building issue. Yeah, because she did make a comment saying bull stickers everywhere. Okay. So it could be the style of the decoration, which is the stickers being everywhere. Okay. So you can say style. All right. You see or not how I'm making sense? Every time I see a phrase, I'm trying to justify which category it can go under. But this is production lah. For Qual, just stick to whatever we discussed. How about water excess has weed everywhere? So you can't swim. What is water issue again? Water property. Immediate surrounding, unclean area. Liens don't want. No, not accessibility. Accessibility is for people who are on wheelchair who can't get into the building. That's what accessibility means. Okay? Understand? Clear? Is this helpful? I've given you enough examples. I've given you a lot of examples. Okay? I've gone through whatever I can go through. I've given you 10 answers. You have 117 qualification tasks. I've gone through with you 10. Okay? So essentially, I've given you 10 answers already, to be honest. Okay? Yes, same question. No, yes, it will be. Whatever I'm teaching you right now is the answer that will be in the results. So whatever I'm giving you now will be the answers that we will have as the results. Yes, you will need to redo the task, but actually there's like a bonus or something for you to pass the course, so that you don't, you don't do this 117 tasks and like for nothing. So we are looking, I think your respective people, providers, or whoever will talk to you. Okay. I don't know. If you are allocated to do the retake or something, we will let you know. Okay. Yes. Where can we answer there will be another task on the portal. Okay, someone will be in touch with you. The reason why I did the training is because before you do the retake, I wanted to do this training with you all. Okay. Maybe in an hour, once this video is ready. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now because